I love when I get a pimple and it's on the side of the face that like isn't shown on the camera.
I have a mosquito bite right now, and you can't see it because I put a shit ton of concealer on. It's right here.
Oh, I can't see it.
In the middle of my neck.
That
Isn't
is
a crazy spot.
That is crazy that it's on your trachea.
Like, directly in the middle. It looks wild without makeup. Like, it looks scary. It looks like I got, like, bit by a vampire.
What are these mosquitoes?
It's really bad this year, and it's killing me. And honestly, fuck a mosquito.
When we were laying out by your pool the other day, I had 5 on my ass.
I got 3 yesterday. It's, like, so actually genuinely annoying. I thought that that's, like, the one thing that I was like, oh, I escaped that leaving Florida. And I did escape it for years. I didn't get a mosquito bite for, like, years out here. And the past 2 years have been terrible.
Mosquitoes are kind of giving desperate.
Mosquitoes are giving desperate. They're giving fucking mass murderers.
Mass murderers.
They're giving serial killer. They're giving sociopath.
They're giving obsessed.
Do we even need them? Like, ecologically, like, for the ecosystem, do we need them? Because I feel like anything that eats mosquitoes eats like, other bugs.
You're so right, because, like, they don't eat anything that's like worth eating. Like they are eating.
They
exactly.
don't eat anything that's worth
like,
eating.
They don't provide anything for us.
A lot of things eat them, but they eat other things too. Like, I don't know if any bugs like solely rely on mosquitoes.
We should do lab grown mosquitoes and get rid of mosquitoes, like lab grown meat.
But they don't suck blood.
Exactly.
Like, I fucking hate mosquitoes. And honestly, if I like could talk to a mosquito, I'd be like, fuck you.
I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, go pick on somebody your own size, you little twerp bitch.
I'd be like, the ecosystem doesn't even need you.
Yeah, you're like not even wanted here.
I went to the entomologist party and nobody knew you.
That would ruin a mosquito's life. Hi! I'm in an extremely chipper mood.
I love that for you.
I'm also in a mood where I'm like obsessed with you.
Me?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Oh my god, you did walk in and you were just like gassing me right up.
I like literally in the car, I was like, oh, obsession phase rising.
I love the new watch, by the way.
Thank you.
The birthday watch.
For my birthday.
It's gorgeous. It looks really good on you.
I need to get a little battery. Do I just go to a watch guy?
Yeah, they'll literally replace it for like $15.
I'm so anxious that somebody's gonna ask me for the time right now, and like I don't have it.
Oh, I don't set my Cartier watch to the right time, and when people ask what time it is, I literally am just like, oh, it's an accessory.
Wait, it's like not even the little shrug, like, sorry, just for looks.
This is an accessory.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm like a little anxious about the setup, but I feel like it's fine. I don't know why I'm being so annoying.
I feel like, so have you ever seen iCarly?
Yes.
Like Freddie?
Yes.
You're like the Freddie because like you're like setting everything up.
Yes.
And I'm like, doo-doo-doo.
You know what it is too? I think it's that I haven't worn my hair straight in a while and I'm like unsure how I feel about it.
It looks really good.
Really? I feel like
your hair's back to like how it was.
Sorry, the hair. I feel like sometimes my hair straight makes my head look longer.
I actually disagree.
Really?
Yeah. I think it like suits you well.
Interesting.
I think like you and straight hair makes sense. You and curly hair makes sense, but like you and straight hair like makes sense.
Interesting. Good to know.
I have a serious question for you.
What is it?
Right off the bat. Do we, as in you and I, have Instagram face in your opinion?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're Hispanic.
What the fuck does that have to do with Instagram face?
Okay, so whenever I see a video online and somebody's like, do I have Instagram face? And everybody's like, no, babe, you look like somebody could have taken your photo in the 1800s. They're always like white with
is it our
mouths.
lips?
It's like, I don't think that people were like taking photos of or like making like Hispanics like actresses and stuff. Frankly, any people of color. So it's like you don't really see pictures of them like during that time. And also,
so we have Instagram face because of racism.
We have Instagram face, 1, because of racism, and 2, because of cultural appropriation, because Instagram face is white women co-opting features of people of color. Yeah. So if you just naturally have those features, you have Instagram face, but it's only because white women stole them from you.
Imagine somebody told me I have Instagram face and I just like said all of that.
And you know what? They'd be gagged.
You're so right.
Like the only people I know who don't have Instagram face are people who like, you know, probably come from a bloodline where they had like a lot of incest back in the day. Like, that's no shade. It's, you know what I mean? It's
You're
people
right.
who look like when you go to like a Renaissance museum and you see like those paintings. It's like the people who just like they have like small eyes and tiny mouths.
It's crazy that like in the royal bloodline, like over in England,
yeah,
you back in the day had to like marry a cousin. Like you were like such an exclusive club that you were like, oh, we are not getting out of this. We are like gonna fuck our cousins.
Yeah, it's to keep the bloodlines pure. But that's also
nuts.
why everyone was ugly. Like if you look back,
so
like,
ugly.
Have you ever seen somebody in the 1800s serve?
No.
It's like there's a reason why people are getting prettier and prettier, and it's because we're mixing bloodlines and we're getting access to more and better features.
That's so true. I was playing The Sims the other day, and I like made an incest family, and like it was looking really rough at the end.
It's true. It's because you only have such a small pool of features to pick from, versus
That's so
somebody
true.
like you who is like technically fully Costa Rican, but if you like did your blood, you know what I mean? Your
Oh my God, I
bloodline, you have
did.
so much stuff. You're like native
Can you guess what
and all
I
this
am?
stuff. I think you already told me, but don't you have like a little bit of like Spain European in you?
Yes.
And you're also native.
Yes, native, Jamaican,
Jamaican's
British.
crazy.
Jamaican is crazy.
It's crazy.
Jamaican is crazy.
I had a decent amount, not a decent amount, but like enough that it showed up like 2-3% Moroccan.
Oh, I could see that.
Isn't that
I
interesting?
could see that.
I was like, huh.
That like doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But if you were like, you're Jamaican, I'd be like, that's crazy.
But that's how we connect. The native makes super sense to me, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I'm like mad super tan too, I'm like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be living.
Yeah.
Sometimes like my European comes out and I'm like super white and it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I did mine, and this is kind of dark, but like everybody on my mom's side of my family's dead, so I like know nothing about really that side.
Yeah.
And I found out I'm like almost a quarter Syrian, which is crazy.
From your mom's side?
Yes. Yeah, because my other side was full like Spain, which is Cuba.
Yeah.
But the craziest part about it is I get asked if I'm, especially in summer when I'm tan, I get asked more if have Middle Eastern in me than I do Hispanic.
Dude, randomly Uber drivers do that to me all the time.
Really?
Yes, when I wear eyeliner.
Yeah, when I wear
specifically.
eyeliner too. So it like makes sense. And I was like, oh, that's
That makes
crazy.
sense. You also have like light eyes and dark
Completely.
complexion, dark features.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So anyways,
What are your ins and outs?
my in is
in.
reading.
Incredible.
Yeah, I used to be like an avid motherfucking reader, you know this.
Yeah.
Like I was probably reading like 30 to 40 books a year, and it is such a muscle, and I've sort of a little bit lost that muscle because I've just been in like a weird place the past year and a half, and I've been like consuming a lot of like shitty media like TikTok and like trash TV, and I love that stuff, but I definitely lost the muscle a little bit. And I was thinking about how I really want to get back into reading, and I started reading the other day, and it was like it really showed me how much of a muscle it is, in the sense that it like I wasn't like, what's the word? I wasn't like absorbing it the way that I used to. Like I used to be able to absorb books really easily. I could read a chapter and then I could tell you immediately what that chapter was about. And I'm noticing that like my attention span is off. I'm just like not absorbing it the way that I used to, and I'm not reading as fast as I used to. And it's like I'm like, damn, I've like lost that muscle a little, and it's really scary because I recently read this incredible Substack article that I'll link below about how the ruling class relies on the working class to be illiterate. They rely on us to be uneducated and illiterate, and they rely on the dominance right now of short form video, because short form video entertains, but it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Listening to podcasts, watching documentaries, it is not the same as reading, and we think it is, and it is absolutely not. Reading is a muscle, and it's something that we as a society and a culture absolutely cannot lose, or it will be detrimental to the lower class.
Wow, that is very true.
And
I
that's
feel
where I'm
like
at.
I recently started reading too. I'm reading this. Oh my God, have you heard of the book called I'm a Fan?
No, I've never even heard of it.
Dude, it's so good. It's about this woman who is having an affair with somebody, and he's having an affair with somebody else, and she's obsessed with the person that he's having an affair with, like the other affair.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really good.
Ooh.
But so I'm starting to like exercise that muscle again too, but you're so right. Like my vocabulary changes when I read, my like my critical thinking changes when I read.
Absolutely.
I like consume a lot of media and podcasts and documentaries
Yeah.
and stuff. And right now I'm listening to Julia Fox's autobiography, and it's not the same like as if I were to actually read the book.
Yeah.
You're completely right about that. But that's actually interesting, because it's like, then why are we trying to get rid? I mean, I know why we're trying to get rid of TikTok, but like, wouldn't they want some sort of TikTok to exist?
Yeah, I mean, I think they want to create it themselves. That's why, like, Facebook
Reels.
and Meta are, like, forcing Reels. I think in general, though, like, they do love this rise of, like, short form content.
They love brain rot.
Yeah, they love brain rot. They rely on brain rot to stay in power.
Yeah.
And it kind of just, like, I was already having those feelings about myself with reading, and then reading that Substack, I was like, oh my God, like, I gotta get back on my reading. What was I gonna say? And I also think there are some books that are, like, fine to, like, listen to. Like, especially I've heard specifically Julia Fox's autobiography.
Oh, it's really
like,
good.
People specifically recommend listening to it.
Oh,
because it's, like, in her voice.
Yeah.
And because it's just, like, a fun sort of, like, easy read.
Yeah.
But it's, like, when I'm trying to read, like, fiction or some sort of, like, long form book that has, like, a lot of detail or characters or a lot of, like, themes and, like, motifs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I need to be better at consuming it. And also so that books don't go away.
I know. I think about that all the time. And you guys, like, libraries are such a good resource too. I love the library.
Yeah.
How much they offer to the community for free is slept on and should not be.
You've been a library girl since I've known you.
I love the library. They always have, like, free movie nights. They have, like, free language classes.
It truly is the last, like, government-funded resource left that actually is free.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, really, truly serves the community.
Absolutely.
I love a library. You're so right about attention spans. I found myself yesterday, Rhea, watching a music video and fast forwarding through it.
I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing.
Like, I caught myself and I got disgusted.
I have fast forwarded through 2-minute TikToks.
Like, that's crazy. How do we go back? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to, like, sometimes I hear some of my friends speak and I'm like, fuck, do I sound like that?
Right.
And I really don't want to. You know what's crazy? In Spanish, I'm not like that. Only in English.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because you consume most of your content in English.
Yeah, yeah. I'm, like, a lot slower in Spanish.
Yeah.
I take my time.
And also you speak it less.
Yeah.
And you've, like, historically, not to air you out, have, like, dealt with, like, the stutter with Spanish.
Yes.
So I feel like that forces you to slow down and really think about the words you're saying
Yeah,
first.
it's
which
intentional.
Actually is really working in your favor.
Yeah, I need to do that with English, I think, because I'm not trying
Develop
to sound
a stutter
dumb.
in English. And
Yeah,
then fix it.
that'll work. All right, what's your out?
My out is people over 22 whose parents help them financially. And I think it's important for people to know, I'm prefacing this by saying that this comes completely from a place of seething, hater-ass jealousy. I am so incredibly, genuinely jealous, and I don't really consider myself a jealous person in a lot of ways. I am an extremely jealous person of people who have families that they can rely on financially. It just bothers me because I don't have it, and I'm a hating-ass bitch, and I don't care.
And you know what? A lot of the time, or maybe I'm just, like, being a bitch too, a lot of the time, they don't even appreciate it the way I would.
I agree. I think that if I was a Nepo baby, I would be doing a lot of good for the world.
Yes.
I think that I would be some incredible artist in some way. I would have had all the time and resources to work on some sort of, like, creative muscle more. And obviously I get to do that now, but I've had to build that privilege brick by brick with these small tiny hands, and it would have been nice if my parents did that for me.
Yes, like, I want to do good but also eat, like, Erewhon hot bar every single day of my life. Like,
even aside from that, I just want to know that if I get into financial ruin, I'm fucking fine. I am fine.
do you think that maybe stops them from actually ever trying in life though? Because, like, again, not to go back to The Sims, but, like, when I play The Sims and I cheat, I have less fun.
It's true. I mean, it's true. I think that it, like, for lack of a more well thought out term, I think it builds character and personality to have to struggle a little.
But I want, like, less struggle, and
yeah,
like,
just a little less would be nice.
Yeah, like I deserve less struggle.
Like, I don't even need my family to pay my rent, but I just want to know that if I got into, like, $10,000 of credit card debt, they'd be like, okay, well, don't do it again, and pay it off.
I knew this girl, and she was like, she was a firefighter Nepo baby. Is that a thing?
What the hell is that?
Like, her dad was just, like, chief of firefighter or something.
Oh, yeah, they make so much money.
And he had so much money. So, like, to me, that's a Nepo baby. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If your dad, like, just sends you money, you're a Nepo baby.
If you can live in LA in a cute apartment and be, like, an assistant or an intern somewhere creative, that's Nepo baby.
No, that's the thing. She literally, I would like go over because I didn't have a job at the time, but like I didn't have a job in the way that like I was on Indeed every single day applying, trying to get a job, not for fun. And she would like lie to me and say that her Hollywood apartment that was beautiful, it was like modern and everything, like she just paid for with her Urban Outfitters like customer service job.
And that too, like if you're gonna be that kind of person, if your parents are helping you, at least own it. I know people whose parents help them and they're like, yeah, my parents helped me, it's amazing. I'm super
And you know what?
privileged.
I respect that.
100%.
If you like take into account your privilege and you're like, hell yeah, like this is sick, like I love this about me, I would be like, hell yeah, dinner's on you then.
100%. And the other day I was talking to a good friend of mine, and you know, I can be very, very, very hard on myself. And he was like, you do realize that like everyone, because I'm, you know, I live in LA, I hang out with like a slightly younger crowd right now and a very like creative sort of like cool kid crowd in LA. And they all just seem like they're doing amazing. And he was like, you know, everyone at this party, maybe 3 people, including you, like everybody's getting help from their parents. Everybody's getting help from their parents.
That's kind of a breath of fresh air to like just even hear that.
Yeah, I was definitely like, wait, really? And he was like, me, and he was like explaining the ways that they all have help. I, you know, live with my parents who were born and raised in LA. This person, like if they needed it, they have it. This other person, like they don't actually have a job. Like that's why they can work on this stuff. Their parents pay their rent. And I'm like, or this person, like, yeah, they bought a house, but like their parents bought the house for them so that they don't have to have an interest rate and they pay the mortgage to their parents. Like,
that's so lucky.
It's like shit like that. And I'm like, oh, I have 0 help. You have 0 help. And it's like we are actually doing fine and can sort of like hang with those people, but fully on our own. And I'm like, oh, I can like back off myself for a little. But that's my out, just because mostly I'm just like a hating ass bitch and I wish it was me.
Yeah, more so just out of jealousy. Like, toss me a couple.
Toss me just a couple.
1,000.
Just a little. Anyways, what are your ins and outs?
Let's see. Also, if you hear my tummy grumbling, ignore it. Swear to God, if anybody brings up my tummy, I'm fucking blocking you. Okay. My ins New York.
Why?
Rhea, I'm not kidding. Ever since we went, I can't stop thinking about New York. Like, it feels like a crush that I keep looking up. I am obsessed with New York. I think about a time where maybe we were younger and we would have moved to New York a
100%.
lot. I look at a lot of TikToks about New York. I'm a New York lover. They were onto something when they wrote I Heart New York.
That's
because
so true.
I do.
Yeah. New York is amazing. I mean, when we went, it was like, we went for what, like 3.5 days. It was raining the whole time, and it was like the time of my life.
Dude, the energy, like the sense of community, but everybody's also like kind of a dick. I love that.
I do too. It reminds me a little bit of South Florida. Also the food.
Yeah.
Everything we ate was amazing.
I was also telling Ryan that like the sense of community in like the Hispanic side of things is so different than it is here. I feel like here we see a lot of like Hispanics as like quote unquote help, or like, you know, there's communities, but like you don't really mesh together.
You don't mesh. Everybody says that LA is a melting pot, but it's super like segregated. Super like I've never experienced that. It's not like that in Miami.
Yeah.
All the different like types of Hispanics, all the different types of like Asian, everybody sticks to their own. It's very jarring.
As opposed to New York, everybody's just like together.
Completely.
And I really, really like that.
Yeah.
So I like you, New York.
Well, we should go back soon.
My out, this is a kooky one, and has nothing to do with anything going on the internet right now, I promise.
Okay.
My out is kind of cancel culture.
Let's hear it.
I just feel, and we've talked about this before, like I feel like we're too harsh sometimes on people. Like I wish that we had public forms of embarrassment instead of cancel culture. Like I wish, like, for example, let's say somebody's getting canceled online right now. We literally put them on a podium in the middle of Times Square and we throw tomatoes at them instead of like making them want to kill themselves. And then after we throw tomatoes at them, we should like give them resources to therapy and like let them say their sorries and stuff. But listen, they only get one chance. If you're tomatoed 3 times, like
then you actually get canceled.
Yes. But like, come on.
I agree, because there has to be some level of like, and I will say it's rare. Like a lot of people get canceled and they never sort of like prove themselves to be better people. But on the off chance it does, there has to be some sort of level of like rehabilitation and forgiveness.
Then I understand that's a situation by situation basis, But I feel like we're just too harsh as a society, and like we should maybe hold up a mirror to ourselves, because like if we were in the limelight, who knows what we would do.
Completely, or what kind of standard people will hold us to.
Yeah.
I agree, because I feel like I see things sometimes with people who did something that was like objectively wrong, but it's maybe something they did like years ago, and it wasn't something that was as severe as like maybe like abuse or something like that. And they'll, for example, like get a girlfriend, and then people will be pissed. It's like, I'm sorry, did you want them to die alone?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what did you? They should never have a job. Like, what? At what level do you say, okay, this person did something wrong, but that doesn't mean that they deserve to like die or die alone or never have a job or be
because
on the
then those
streets.
people die, and then people are like, oh, I wish he would have like.
Yeah, we were so hard on
Yeah.
them.
It's just we need to restructure as a society when it comes to cancel culture.
Yeah.
Again, some people do deserve certain things, but like sometimes we're a little harsh.
I agree.
Sorry, I said it.
Wow. All right, Miss. It's like I forgot it was a far right Latina summer.
Dude, that's so funny. I have a thought.
Let's hear it.
I think
Wait,
that
what do you think about this?
Ew, I thought that was gonna sound better. I thought you were gonna go like this. And instead you went inward? Get away from me.
That's just what came out. That's just how I drink. Don't be mean.
I won't. I have a PSA.
Okay.
Jack Schlossberg is so hot. He's like literally my white boy.
He's so hot. Isn't he
Of
like
the month.
6'4" too?
Dude, the men keep getting taller.
I know. What's up with that? I love it.
The men keep getting taller and I keep getting smaller.
Fun fact about him, before I kind of like went crazy on the internet, and I understand why he's unfollowed me since, he followed me on Twitter.
It literally is my favorite story of yours, and I'm in awe.
Because it was before I sort of like went crazy on the internet, and it was before he, I think, was like serious about politics.
Went crazy on the internet is crazy. You make it sound like you had a meltdown. Whoa, there goes crazy.
You're right. But
Rhea.
it's like I started like a sex podcast. Like I did some things that like for him optics wise,
Yeah.
I respect and understand.
No, like, can we real quick talk about how much you've pulled? Like, you're married now, but my God, sometimes I look at your history and I'm like, oh, that's like every celebrity crush I've ever had.
It actually is crazy, and it's also crazy because like I wasn't even that cute then compared to what I am now.
You were, but you're just like hotter now.
Can you imagine?
Like, I think you were cute back then,
Yeah.
but now you're hot.
I agree. But I have pulled. And by pulled, by the way, I don't even mean like full blown like went on a date with, but the guys that I was like having weird FaceTime relationships with, or like matching with on Raya, or like following me back on social media. I don't know what was going on in 2016, but I was doing something right.
Dude, there was like something in your shower water.
I know.
Like something.
Yeah, my aura points
Skyrocketed.
way up on that for sure.
I have a thing that I think we should do as a society.
What?
I think that one day out of the year, like the purge, but not like the purge, we should let celebrities just roam around.
Like,
and not look
like
at them.
zoo animals?
Yeah, and not look at them. Like, not pay attention to them. Like, I want to see Harry Styles at like Granville eating and minding his own business, and like nobody take a picture
And
with him.
nobody's even like acting weird.
Nobody's acting weird. I want to see Miley Cyrus at the dentist's office.
Like in the waiting room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flipping through a magazine.
They just get to be completely normal people.
Yeah, we have to like look away almost.
Yeah, like no special treatment, but also no like animal treatment. Like,
yeah,
they're just a normal person.
Yeah, I think that they
that's
deserve
nice.
that.
I think they deserve it too. I think they'd actually like it. But also some celebrities are assholes, and I feel like they'd be like, I have to wait in line for my Bluestone.
What is that? Why are they like old influence? I have to wait in line.
I don't know. That was my attempt at vocal fry.
Yeah, those people can stay home.
Yeah,
they can like order.
To. They don't have to. You don't have to
You
participate.
don't have to participate, but like if you want to, like come be a member of society.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
On a separate note, if I was a celebrity, I would like wear a wig one day, and going back to New York, I would take a gummy and I would start at the tippy top of Manhattan and walk all the way down on a gummy in full costume.
You know what's the funniest part about that is people would recognize you and then you'd just be like in the tabloids and people would think you were losing it, like having like a Britney Spears moment. It'd be like Gabby Sibaha seen wearing bad wig in Times Square.
Bad wig? Don't throw in that it's a bad wig. What if it's a really good wig? Why does it have to be a bad
Gabby
wig?
Sibaha seen high as absolute shit, roaming around the streets of New York, asking people how to get to the Statue of Liberty.
But I'd have so much fun.
But you'd have so much fun. It would be cute. And you'd
God.
go down as an icon.
Doesn't that sound fun?
It does sound fun. Speaking of the purge, I think that we should have a purge day, except it's where everybody can make out with anybody they want.
Wait. Yes.
Like consensually, of course. But
Yeah.
I mean, like everybody who's married in a relationship, you get one day to be single.
Yes.
And you can kind of just like see remember what it's like to be single for a day.
Wait, that's kind of fun. I know that this is crazy to say as like two married women, but like making out is fun.
Making out is fun. Making out with somebody that you're like not sure where it's gonna go is fun. Like what's gonna happen next. Like
Yeah, what happened to flirty texts and like booty calls?
honestly, it's true. That's like the one part about being single that is fun is sort of like the like possibility, like that you could go out and like who knows, maybe Jack Schlossberg is gonna come up to you at 4100. You never know.
My wedding ring would teleport out the big.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry. I just think it would be fun. I think that everybody in this world should be allowed to, like, flirting shouldn't be considered like a breach of trust in relationships
Or respect.
Yeah, flirting should just be like a thing that everybody's allowed to do.
Me and Ryan were out on Saturday, and he comes out to me. He's like, "Babe, can I flirt?" And I was like, "Go for it. Like, I don't give a fuck."
I love that, honestly. That's so sick.
Acting like a little kid.
Babe, can I flirt? That's honestly cute.
I think flirting is fun and like harmless.
I completely agree.
Is that crazy to say?
It's not crazy. I think that it's like easier for women to do that because like men are like such, if you give a mouse a cookie, motherfuckers.
Dude, so true.
And they're like, oh, I can flirt? Cool. That means I'm definitely gonna cheat on you.
Give a mouse a cookie.
Like
I love when you say if you give a mouse a cookie.
Men are if you give a mouse a cookie ass motherfuckers.
That is so true.
If you give a man an inch, he will take a mile every time.
That is, oh my God, that just pissed me off.
I know, but women can handle it.
Women can handle it.
Women should be allowed to flirt.
And instead of Purge Day, it should be called Possibility Day.
That's so cute, actually.
Wait, should we
who do we pitch this to?
start that?
Kamala. Listen to me.
Wait, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about bitch. I want to talk about Love Island.
Okay. I want you to tell me your ultimate fave and then your ultimate ugh.
I'm completely with the masses. Ultimate fave, Serena and Cordell. I was so happy for them to win. Listen, I am a Leah apologist. Leah can do no wrong. I'm one of those annoying ass people who doesn't think that she's ever done anything wrong in her life. I love that she's a rich girl from Calabasas with horses and a skinny BBL.
Yep.
With that being said, I didn't want her to win. Like, you
No,
know what I mean?
it didn't make sense for the story. Like, she was just meant to be like a fan favorite, not a winner.
Exactly. She's like a Maria from The
Yes.
Bachelor. I didn't think Maria in any world was going to win The Bachelor. I don't think her and Joey were right for each other, but I do want her to be the most famous person to come out of The Bachelor.
And Leah will be.
And that's what I want for Leah. And she has, did you hear? 1.1 million followers on Instagram. She went in with 13,000.
Imagine coming back out and like realizing what the public thinks of you. Like, I always think about that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine going on a reality TV show and like not knowing what anybody thinks about you and coming back and you're like the favorite.
I can't imagine what that
Or
feels
the
like.
hater.
I can't imagine what that would do for my ego. I'd become a menace. I'd become evil, I think.
I think that I would, before I go on a reality show, I'd like start some sort of merch company and then have somebody like put it out while I'm on the show.
I was going to say, start any sort of company. Whatever company you've ever wanted to do, if you're going to go on a reality show, like you should start it like the day that you go in. So that it's like in your bio as you're growing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who don't you like?
I used to hate Aaron, and I thought that Kaylor was just like damaged goods because of her like association with Aaron. I don't know. I don't think I like her anymore.
I don't like her, but I do have this terrible thing in me that I excuse 22-year-olds.
I excuse 22-year-olds in the sense that she is forgiving Aaron. I get that. I don't excuse...
Oh, I don't like what she did to Leah, where she like pulled her hands back.
White woman scared was weird.
Weird.
Also, a TikTok recently came out and Aaron was trying to do a Q&A where it's like, nobody wants to ask you literally anything, Aaron. And in the background, you can hear, I don't know if it's Kaylor, but you can hear somebody Kaylor's talking to say that, like, nobody's going to give a fuck about Leah in 6 months. And it's like, whether or not she said it, like, she allowed that to be said. You say things to people that you feel comfortable with. Like, I'm not talking shit about Ryan to you.
Yeah.
Like, unless you were, like, allowing me to talk shit about Ryan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Exactly.
if somebody feels comfortable talking shit about you to somebody else, it's because they've, like, allowed that before.
Also, Aaron's, like, too spacey for me. Like, how dare he fucking post that? You know what I mean? Like,
Completely. Yeah. It's like, you're out of the
think about it.
You're out of the villa for like 24 hours. Obviously, like, tensions are high. I'm sure people are like just taking in everything they're seeing online and they have thoughts. It's like, just take a second.
I feel like Aaron can't be saved, but I do think that Kaylor could be saved if she came forward and was like, listen, I was just like jealous of like the other girls and I dumped Aaron. Like, I'm just trying to grow. I'm young.
Yeah.
I would forgive her.
I don't see that happening, but I would love for it to happen.
But like, Aaron, bye.
Yeah. I love Serena and Cordell. Serena's
Me
been my
too.
favorite since literally day one.
She's so beautiful. She's so smiley.
She's beautiful. She looks like young Brandy to me. I just like
Aww.
love her. I love her personality. I've loved her since the second she walked in.
Yeah, they have a great love story.
Yeah, and so to see her win, it's so funny because the other night we were watching an episode with my friends Christy and Martin, who are also married, and it was the big blowout fight on the dock that Serena and Cordell got in. And Christy looks at me and she goes, "Man, that's crazy. Like, have you guys ever gotten in a fight like that before?" I was like,
Has she not?
I was like, "Babes, I've made that look like light work." I've literally made that fight look like a really healthy couples therapy session.
You know what's crazy? I was literally talking to Ryan yesterday. I was like, did you have like a lot of like fights in your past relationships? And he was like, no, not really. And I was like,
Sorry.
they didn't love you. Sorry, that's toxic. Is that toxic? Yeah. But like, be honest. You have those big emotions because like you feel something so big. And like, I don't think that big fights like that are good. Whatever I have to say to be a normal fucking person in this society. But like, sometimes you need those.
I agree. And also, I think a lot of times people weren't fighting because, like, people were letting shit slide, and I'm not letting shit slide with you.
That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry. I'm never letting shit slide.
No, and that's the same thing as Serena. People were like, oh my God, she's going crazy. No, she's not. She's just holding him fucking accountable. Maybe she's doing it a little loudly, but fuck off.
I wish Kaylor would have had the same fucking energy.
I would have loved that. I would be Team Kaylor. Rob is so fine. I'm sorry.
Rob is so fine.
He like brings out like the Florida in me. Like,
I understand that he's like toxic. I've heard a couple rumblings on TikTok from ex-girlfriends and stuff, and we'll see what his Call Her Daddy interview's like.
Yeah.
But that man is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And like having a cool job, and like I do think if I was single, I could like reverse Uno card manipulate Rob. Like, I think like he's the master manipulator, but like he hasn't met me.
That's true. He's never met a Cancer or Scorpio.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't read Rob, and I think that's what makes him hot, to be honest. He's obviously objectively hot.
But don't you think he's toxic?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, he's very, in my opinion, really hard to read. Like, I can't tell if he's acting, if he's socially
I think he's very aware of the
awkward.
cameras, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah, I just can't tell. I feel like I can't pinpoint him the way I can pinpoint, or the way that I think that I can pinpoint other people on the show.
Something did, like, I was smiling ear to ear when he was like, I gotta go do something before he left, and he pulled Leah.
Yeah. And did you see in After Sun, he said he'll always have feelings for her?
Okay, but I will say that's a little toxic because, like, where was that energy when she wasn't with Miguel?
Yeah, I mean, he did say, like, he doesn't see them being together, but he just was like, I'll always have feelings for her.
That's cute.
I know. It's the most toxic thing about me. I wanted them to end up together. And I actually really like Leah and Miguel, and I think they're really suited for each other, but there's something evil deep inside of me that wanted her to end up with Rob. That wanted her to leave. When Rob was like, should we leave together, like, as a joke? I was like,
No.
you could.
No, but you know what? I do think that they'll hook up, like, later on.
If her and Miguel break up, for sure.
I love Miguel.
Also,
He's
him
so fine.
wiping, even though I don't like her, him wiping Daniela's tears and being like, you're going to get every man in Miami. Like, I would have been like,
Yeah, but like
Please.
that's for show. Come on, that's for show.
I don't know.
We were just
falling
talking about
for
people
it.
on this. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm falling for it.
That's crazy.
He's so my type, too, physically.
Oh, speaking of falling for it, I literally, and I've spoken to you about this, like I could be manipulated very easily. I could be like, I'm extremely gullible. I know we just said like I'm a Cancer Scorpio girl, but like I recently heard like the Brooke Schofield and Clinton Kane stuff, and I was like, I was listening to his videos and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like I could totally see that. And then I listened to her and I was like, oh, I'm like dumb. I prioritize feelings too much.
Not to be like a always Gabby apologist, but I just think you genuinely think you want to see the best in people. Like I think for you, you're like, there's no way that this man actually
like
is
why would
like
somebody
a
be evil?
compulsive, crazy, evil liar. Like there's no way. Like there has to be some logical explanation. Somebody comes out with an explanation, you're like, oh, like this makes sense. Like because there's no way that somebody could just be like a psychopath.
But some people just are, huh?
Some people just are, and I think in his case.
But how can you tell? That's like so scary.
You gotta, I don't know. You have to just, I think, listen to everything. Like,
and listen to everybody in your life.
Exactly.
Like if I was with somebody who was like that and I told you about it, I'd like, you tell me the truth. Yeah. That has happened to us before when I was with somebody who like was doing something naughty.
Yeah.
And you were like, don't hang out with him. Like, he's not good.
One thing on me is I'm gonna tell you.
You're a really good judge of character.
I like to think I'm a good judge of character. Yeah. Sometimes I think it's like I go too hard too fast. Like
I think that's better.
If somebody exudes one sort of like behavior or thing that is off-putting to me, I have a bad habit of sort of like writing them off immediately. I do think I'm a good judge of character, so I think it kind of works out in my favor, but I think that I can be a little harsh with it sometimes.
I can't disagree with that because I'm the same way. I'm like, you're sus until proven not.
Completely. That's exactly the way I feel about everyone. Yeah. Like, Callan and I have gotten in fights because he'll like, you know, he's in like the music industry in LA now, and he's with like a lot of like bigger people, and he's a very trusting person, and he wants to see the good in everyone. And there have been times where it's people that he like considers friends, and I'm like, I don't trust them. We've gotten in like arguments because he'll be like, that's my friend, and I'm like, sorry.
Wait, literally same. And like for some reason I just feel it so deeply. Ryan's always like, well, like what makes you think that? I'm like, I don't know, I just feel it.
Yep, it's just a feeling.
And usually I'm right. So.
Or it's like a little super low key thing that they're doing that like on the surface isn't that big of a deal, but I'm like thinking about it psychologically and deeply and being like, no, but like why did they say that? Like what were their motives for that?
Yes. People will always show you
people
who
move
they are.
Weird here too. Like people move weird here.
That is like really true. We don't.
Except not me.
I have another PSA. Not everyone who is famous is hot.
Yes.
I think that sometimes we give passes to people, especially men, where I'm like, babe, that guy is not hot. Like we have to stop. We have to stop. Like
who? Who are you thinking of?
Like Jeremy Allen White.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like not true. If you saw Jeremy Allen White at a party and like he wasn't in the bear and like looked the way he did, you wouldn't go up to him. And I know that that's gonna be a bad thing.
No,
to
I
say.
agree. I do think that there are people though that like, here's the difference. It's like if you see a man on the street 9 out of 10 times, like they're not cute until you know their personality.
Yes.
I think with celebrities,
I feel that way about Love Island contestants.
Same. I mean, with anyone.
Yeah.
It's like everybody like has unique features and you know what I mean? Whatever. I think with celebrity, you get a sense of their personality, or at least a sense of the personality they're trying to exude. And so it's like Jeremy Allen White objectively, physically maybe is not attractive, but like the persona he exudes, this sort of like hardworking, like down to earth guy.
But we need to be less nice because a man's never talking that way about a woman. A man's never like, you know, the persona she exudes. Like,
I disagree, actually. I disagree. I think there are a lot of women in Hollywood that are kind of average looking and guys love because they exude this sort of like girl next door, like down to earth vibe.
They love a girl next door.
Like I think that we just get more of a feel for their personality, and so we're able to see them as a full person versus somebody on the street. You can only judge their looks.
Yeah.
I do think some people, especially men in Hollywood, get way too much of a pass, and I'm like, you're ugly. You're
like
ugly.
Rap boy Summer, like where's Rat Girl Summer?
Completely.
Where's like,
and I think that there are guys even to go a step further in Hollywood that are ugly and also have ugly personalities and still like pull whoever they want, and that's fucking crazy. But I think with somebody like Jeremy Allen White, it's like
Poor Jeremy Allen White.
Am I seeing him across the party and thinking like, man, that man is fine? Probably not. But if he comes up to me and he rizzes me up and I like see his muscles and he's like, you know, where
Right,
I
that
see
is
him,
so true.
or I see him like working in, you know, I don't know if you saw the thing, he did a pop-up recently and he was like making sandwiches in the back and he's all like sweaty and he's like wearing a wife beater. It's like, I'm getting a whole picture and the picture is doing it for me.
Yeah. I also hate when celebrities like cosplay as regular people and do those jobs. Like Charlie at Walmart, or like, I don't know, somebody did like a Starbucks one and I'm like, babe,
look at me.
That's just minimum
I'm
wage.
working a job. Isn't that crazy?
And then there's people taking pictures of it. Like, what are you talking about?
It is wild.
That's crazy. That's like a fourth wall that we like must get rid of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm over Jumbotron lookalikes.
What the hell is a Jumbotron lookalike?
I like never want to go to a sports game and be on
no,
the
I love those.
Rhea, we hate when people say we look like somebody. Imagine.
I know, but they're funny in the context of like a baseball game.
No, it would make me spiral. I'll do a kiss cam. I'll even chug a beer. If you put a picture of me next to a celebrity or a cartoon, let it be known. Please never put a cartoon character next to me. Yeah. I would be so embarrassed.
I like them. I think they're funny.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
But also, maybe if it was done to me and it was somebody that I didn't find attractive, that I'd be like, I hate this. Like, I think they're fun to watch on TikTok.
Imagine, yeah, I agree. I do love those. But imagine you're on your first date and somebody like says, like, what's a weird cartoon character? Somebody, you're sitting next to like your boyfriend and like a picture of Patrick Star comes up and says it looks like you. Bro, I'm not giggling.
First date.
Yeah, I'm not giggling.
First date and you get somebody that you perceive as ugly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. It's crazy.
Squidward.
And people don't like them. Like, you're not like the only person who thinks this. People are like, this is like,
oh.
I've seen comments on them and people being like, this is fucked up because if one of these people is perceived as ugly, like, it's like embarrassing and you're embarrassing them in front of a stadium.
I get it's silly Billy hours at the stadium and like whoever's doing this is like an intern who just thinks it's silly.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, it would suck to get
I want to watch it. I don't want to participate.
I'd be like, ha ha
ha. That's crazy that you think
hiding
I look like
face.
Olive oil. That's so crazy. I have a question for you.
All right.
So one of the things that I love, and it was going to be my in, but I feel like I talk about it all the time. It's like, for me, like the biggest green flag in a friend, it's a huge like turn on for me in relationships, is conviction. Like, I love when somebody has a big opinions and sticks to them. I love if somebody doesn't like someone and really thinks they're a bad person and that person gets brought up in a group setting, they're like, I don't fuck with that person. Or if they really like someone and in a group setting people are talking shit about that person, they're like, that's fucked up of you to say. I
that's
think that
so
person is
us.
sick. I love conviction.
Yeah.
I hate when somebody is a friend to everyone. A friend to everyone is a friend to no one. I hate when somebody just wants to keep the peace or isn't like sticking up for people or isn't saying their opinion because like somebody's disagreeing with them in the room. I fucking hate that energy. It's my least favorite energy in the world. But my question for you, because I think we're both very, very strong. We both have very strong opinions and we have a lot of conviction. Where's the line?
With conviction?
Yeah. Because I think sometimes I take it too far. Like, I want people who love me to be loyal to me in every situation. And if somebody's saying anything bad about me, like, they're going to bat. And I don't think that's necessarily, like, asking for too much.
Yeah.
But I also, for example, can sometimes, like, toxically be like, oh, if this person did something really fucked up to me or did me dirty, I think everybody in my circle should never fuck with them again. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, what is the line of being like having conviction and being like, I also like cannot control other people?
It's so funny because I was like this for a long time with somebody that I really, really disliked that like fucked me over.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody can be with them. But then as I got older, I feel like I was like, listen, I can't control every relationship and every situation and everything. Like maybe they have their own friendship or maybe like they're friends with their boyfriend or whatever. Like I don't have control of that. But if I were to ever find out that some shit was said about me in that context, you're cut off. Like I'm already letting you hang out with this person and like allowing that.
Don't make me regret it.
Don't make me regret it because you'll lose out more than I will.
So that's the level for you is like, I can't control if you're friends with somebody who did me dirty.
But don't make me regret it.
But don't bring me into it. If they try to talk shit about me or say anything about me,
you better be the first one.
I need to know that you have my back, even though you're friends with them, or at the very least keep the peace and be like, I don't want to get involved.
Exactly. Like I hate
even that though. I'm crazy. That's not enough conviction for me. If I have a mutual friend with somebody who I don't fuck with and they're hanging out and that person tries to talk shit about me and they say, I don't want to get involved, that's not enough for me.
I mean, I agree. I think there's also like levels to it though. Like it could be somebody who's like, I kind of don't fuck with.
Yeah.
And like that, I'm like, yeah, fucking whatever. You're fine. But if it's somebody who I am an enemy to,
Yes.
you better stand up for me.
Completely.
Absolutely. I actually had like this exact thing with somebody recently. It was like somebody didn't like friend A didn't like friend B, and I was in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
And friend A was like going in on friend B, and I like, they're not close at all. And I had to, I hate this. I had to be like, well, I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I think that this is what they wanted to say in this scenario. And they kept like egging it on, being like, no, friend B sucks, da da da. And at one point I was just like, we're not going to get anywhere. Like, agree to disagree.
That's good.
But that's hard. That's a lot to ask from a person. Think about like,
I don't think so.
think about our friends.
Yes.
Like they would never do that, but they love us.
But I've called them out before.
I know, but like,
And I'll do it again until they change. I'll bully them into submission.
You'll bully them into being a better person.
Yes.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. Like, it's hard because what is the line? The line depends on the person.
Completely. Everybody has their own boundaries. So I think that's what I'm trying to do recently is be like, I can expect a certain level of conviction from my friends, but I have control issues and I can't control everything they do.
That's the hard part. Like, they exist in the context of you, but like they exist outside of your world too. And that's like a really hard thing to swallow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does suck. I wish that just all my enemies were dead and then I would never have to deal with this.
I mean, I agree. I think I'm dwindling down on enemies. Like, I need an enemy re-up.
No, I hate having an enemy. It makes me so anxious.
You're right. Maybe it's good to just be in my peaceful.
I have enough already. Because I have a couple enemies myself, and then I have a lot of enemies on behalf of Kellen, because Kellen's been fucked over tremendously.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need any more. I don't need any more smoke.
Dude, getting a grumbly stomach is embarrassing.
It is. It is like, don't perceive my belly.
I literally don't perceive my belly. It's so embarrassing in quiet spaces. Did you ever have like a rumbly tummy in school?
I have a very naturally rumbly tummy.
Is it loud?
It's loud as a motherfucker.
Mine is so loud. It would grumble and rumble in class. And like it would rumble so loud. It was giving like my neighbor would be like, "Oh, there goes the chubby girl needing a little snack." like dude, I had enough problems in my life. I did not need my tumbly rumbly.
There goes the chubby girl needing a snack.
Miss Crankamp, get her some fucking Cheez-Its. The fatty needs a snack. Sorry.
Hey, you know what? You did need a little Cheez-It.
I did. I would have really enjoyed that. I would have loved the Cheez-It.
Oh my god. It is. It's terrible. Kellen does this thing now that he's in love with me. It's like obviously cute where he will lay on my stomach because he likes to listen to it because I have a loud ass stomach. And he does this like cute, such like a dumb couple thing where he'll be like, okay, so now it's saying that like blah blah blah. But it's like, yeah, having a loud stomach when you're like young and insecure is the worst.
That's embarrassing. Like, why am I embarrassed to be hungry?
I'm like every time.
I literally caught myself doing that on the podcast just now. Like I was rumbling and my voice went higher.
Oh my god.
Wait, I have a final question for you.
What is it?
I have like this really big anxiety and this big problem with people ask me like, what's new? What's up? Like, I fucking hate when people ask me that. What do you say?
I think, do people stop asking you that less as you get older? Because, like, I'm going to have less to say as I get older. I'm serious.
Like, what else can I say?
Like, when I was, like, 22, I was like, oh, I'm on my 4th date this week, and this guy broke my heart, and I went on a date with this actor.
Yes.
And I can't afford my rent this month, and I made a YouTube video went viral. Like, it's like, I don't have that kind of shit going on.
I literally used to have so much to say, and I don't know if it's, like, I'm in, like, my peaceful era right now or what, but, like, I freeze up when somebody's like, what's new? What do you mean?
Because honestly, 9 out of 10 times, I'm like, not much.
And I'm like, I want to keep the conversation going, but I'm like, how many times can I say, like, I just turned 30 and, like...
Even that, you're not going to be able to say that in a few months. And it's like, then what?
Then what?
I don't. I feel the same way. I honestly am just like, same old.
Yeah, but then the conversation ends?
Yeah.
What if they go, yeah, same old with me too. All right, bye. And
Bye.
we do that until we die?
I feel like you're really good at being like, you got any secrets? Got any gossip?
Yeah, it's just like conversation's so boring. I like don't want to hear about what you do for work. I don't want to hear like what you do for fun. I want to hear the gossip.
That like you and your fiance have like narrowed it down to 3 different wedding venues. I don't
don't
care.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you're painting your walls unless it's you.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything.
I want gossip.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Just veer the conversation to gossip.
I literally wish I could go up to people and be like, "Hi, I'm Gabby. Like, what's the latest scandal in your life?"
That would be actually a really good idea for a Man on the Street series. Like, what's the big scandal in your friend group right now?
Yeah, like what's going on?
That'd be so fun, actually.
Tell us what the biggest scandal in your life is right now.
Oh, please. You can keep it anonymous, but like, please, 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 we really want to know.
Like, I need it. Like,
what's like the friend group scandal going on right now?
It like keeps me young.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways,
that was great. I love that.
I feel like these episodes are so fun. We love shooting the shit.
I agree. I really like shooting the shit.
We love being together.
Are you in
your obsessed phase with me too, or like is this alone?
No, I think it's alone. I'm just kidding.
That is. This is twice now where you've made me like literally cover my mouth.
I'm kidding. I'm always in an obsessed phase with you.
I need you to announce it more. Like I need you to like tell me like, oh, I'm in an obsessed phase with you.
Like, okay, I can do that. I'm not very good at words of affirmation, but I'll be better.
All right. Well, wait. Can you do the spiel?
We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We owe you guys our life.
Oh yeah, that's a new one.
And please leave us a review with words
of affirmation,
because all of our haters and enemies are leaving us bad reviews.
Yeah, like everybody's like, oh my god, like she looks ugly, and like, oh my god, like her ass is way too big, and like her hair looks really pretty straight. Like, no. We need like words of affirmation. We need you to fucking go ape shit in the comments.
Please go ape shit in the comments, in Apple Podcasts reviews, Spotify reviews, TikTok. Please.
Like, are you kidding me? Don't you want us to live off of this and like have fun?
I don't want to like worry about money.
No, literally. I'm trying to be a Nepo baby of podcasting.
Just help 2 Hispanics try to like start generational wealth.
Like, are you kidding me? You're not going to do that? That's fucked up.
It's racist.
Anyways, love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.